so very much for keeping it here on channel Y254, in particular Y in the Morning. My name is Valentine, or at Color Me Val Anapenda Marangi everywhere. Thank you so very much, Lizzie. Although Sionigamoli Nijibu, we're talking about mental health awareness. Or just mental health, because there's a day coming. It's Mental Health Awareness Day. I'm not too sure. The word sometimes can be a mouthful, but it's coming fast, and we were trying to debunk a couple of things here and there. But mimi mwenyewe sijakani kasikia mtu akiuliza, what happens when you go to a mental institution and by mistake you're convinced by a patient that a doctor, no one has told me what to do in that situation, but ni sawa tu, we try again tomorrow, ama next week Wednesday, sometime your health like this, yeah? Anyway, karibu sana. If you've just missed most of the show, don't panic, no worry, no, usijishikiwe isijui baridi sijui homa, we have enough going on in our lives. Don't panic, just go to Y254 on YouTube as well. Now, with that said and done, today I have two very beautiful and very STEM-like ladies. So not just STEM in a sound kama unafaa kuwa na sura ngumu, but they're gorgeous. And they're as beautiful as they are brilliant. Nani, na Obama leo hayuko. Anyway, let me allow them to introduce themselves, and then we'll go straight to it. The topic of the day is a bit heavy, but I feel like awareness will hopefully take the edge off, yeah? Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Fantastic, and I meant it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll start with you. What's your name?
So my name is Mbola Mutunga. I am a medical student with a growing passion in sustainable healthcare and an ISECA. I am the head of human resource and leadership development, and I spearhead a team of 8. And also, additionally, I get the privilege to be the event manager of Blood Drive 2025. Yes.
Wait. So, Kshamala shule utakuwa president immediately, because damn, what were you doing all these things in hey? Let me not talk about my campus days. Let's go to you.
Yes. Good morning. So my name is Edna Tiananditi, currently a 4th year medical student at University of Nairobi, and as well an ISECA. So I lead the Outgoing Global Talent team, which is a team of 7. So for this one, I'm a team leader and help graduates find internships abroad. Apart from that, I'm very privileged to be part of the organizing committee for Blood Drive as the organizing committee president, and can't wait for next month. Yes.
Whoa, there's so many things I want to ask about. Okay, let me just start with, because both of you mentioned it, ISEC. I know what ISEC is, and you said it, and I felt some kind of nostalgia in my heart. Stuff like Mock UN, I miss that, I really do. But for someone who doesn't know, what's ISEC?
So ISEC is primarily a youth-led organization by the youth for the youth, and we aim to develop leadership in the youth by giving them practical experiences. So we do this in different forms. Our core business is exchange. We run exchange where you go abroad to either volunteer or do your internship abroad, which varies. And also we have ISEC membership where people become part of the team, join portfolios, which are also called departments. So for instance, I am in the member experience department. And beyond that, we also contribute towards community development projects, initiatives like Blood Drive, Book Drive, things like those. So primarily that's what ISEC is all about.
Okay, she seemed to package it well. Would you like to take or add away? Hey, add or take away. Whoever is thinking about me this morning, please, achana na mimi nimalize kazi, and then we can get down to this business you want. Would you like to add or take away what ISEC is, or we just get straight into it, because we're talking about lung cancer today. Now, honestly, now ushamba, again, mimi nilianza show nikisema mimi mshamba na niliaccept kitambo. But things like cancer, they for the longest time, they did not sound like an African thing, you know? Until juzi nikasikia watu wanakunywa chai moto, now they're getting throat cancer or something, just very wild out there. So najua nishasema chai, so najua ni wapi na point. But yeah, until I saw something like that, that's when I understood, okay, it's an actual thing. I thought climate and other factors, genes and everything, primarily to be the people in the West. Yoni mashida tu za wazu, literally. But that's what I thought. So, is it that we don't have awareness, or are the numbers not that high? Are they not alarming, or what's going on?
Okay, so for that, the numbers are high. So it's basically the lack of awareness. Because okay, there's cancer, but you think it won't affect you until it affects you or a family member of yours. Because people don't see cancer as something that's within us and that's killing the Kenyans around us. So I think it's lack of awareness, being educated and knowing what are the signs and symptoms, and to have the early detection. Because people are also afraid of going to clinics, they're afraid of hospitals. So I feel like that already adds on to the number and why people are dying from cancer these days.
I can assume if you have a population where we'd rather self-medicate than go get diagnosed, then we are going to ail for things that could be avoided. So how do you get to know about the symptoms of lung cancer? Siku kohoa juu, the word lung is inclusive.
Well, there's coughing. It just goes beyond that because cancer is now when there's an abnormal growth of cells, uncontrolled. So when it comes to some of the signs and symptoms of lung cancer, it could be persistent cough, and sometimes you cough blood. There's also shortness of breath. There's also wasting. By the time the cancer is affecting you, you're going to get weight loss, fever, and other symptoms. But primarily, when you notice some of these things, it's important that you go to a healthcare facility to get checked so that you're not misdiagnosing yourself at home and just saying, Nika homa too, like we like to say it. It's just important to get early detection, promotes the prognosis of the disease, so you get better healthcare. Yeah. Okay.
Again, it's kind of risky, especially if all of us have degrees as if thermometer, and we think not because I can Google, I can ask Gemini, anything is possible. So just those three symptoms, kukohoa, maybe kukohoa damu na fever. Hiyo si ni COVID already. Hiyo ni COVID already. Sijui joto baridi, kwanza tulikuwa you hear your neighbor coughing, you almost move, because why? As in kuhama, si ati umsonge unahama. Because why? Also sounds like there's a time TB in Atiba was a really huge campaign because we did not know anything about TB, and it sounds almost exactly the kukohoa damu. But now hiyo iko na Atiba, and I'm assuming also cancer does have ways of managing, but we must go to healthcare facility. This is what you're saying. We cannot do it at home. I cannot do this and check how many times my heart is beating and find out if, okay. What if we're talking about people who are in mashinani, uko ndani? Maybe established, I want to say established hospital is not really within reach. What would you advise?
I believe that as the days go by, healthcare has become more accessible, and prevention is better than cure. You would rather go the extra mile to get to a facility and get checked than sit at home and just wait till it's really late and everyone can now see it, because the early stages of cancer can be asymptomatic. So you want to just be sure that you're not battling anything serious. So you would rather go the extra mile. Do what you have to do, get tested, get screened as early on as possible, and get the necessary management that you need.
Okay. Yeah. All right. As a medical student, how do you feel our healthcare system handles certain terminal illnesses like cancer?
Good question. First of all, I think there's that stigma on telling people they have cancer because you don't know how they react to it and how the family members will react to it. Also, people would like to keep it confidential, so they know they have cancer, might not want to.
Really?
Like family members, yes. I've had a case like that whereby they know they have cancer, but it's just that stigmatization and shame that you have cancer and that it's a terminal illness, you know. Not everyone believes that there's a cure for cancer if you detect it early. Yes.
Okay, that's... Why lung cancer? Why not ovarian cancer? Why not prostate cancer? Why not breast cancer? Why lung cancer? Why are you trying to push this?
All right. So November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month, and our blood drive coincidentally happens to be in November. But even beyond that, lung cancer is one of the cancers that are least spoken about. We've had so many campaigns about breast cancer, as we should, but lung cancer is also a common cause of cancer deaths, but it's not spoken about that much. So we'd like to raise awareness towards also this and ensure that we're advancing the sustainable healthcare through early awareness, prevention, and eventually contributing to a greater cause.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I feel like lung cancer and these ones that inside, okay, let me compare to breast cancer. Breast cancer, I understand the process of, checking. So you can randomly check yourself in the shower. But this one really kind of scares me that you don't see your organs and you don't feel like something is wrong, but something could be wrong. So how do I, as a Kenyan, as a Kenyan, how do I adjust my lifestyle? Because some things just need lifestyle change. How do I adjust my lifestyle to make sure 90% I will not find myself here? Si ya kujitakia. They're having a slight look at each other.
All right. I think one of the things I would say is smoking is part of the common causes of lung cancer. So I would say minimizing or reducing smoking. But beyond that, there's other reasons that cause lung cancer. So exposure to things like arsenic, asbestos. So it also goes beyond just the usual to us remembering like pollution, air pollution can lead to lung cancer. So what are we doing to contribute towards sustainability of the environment? So yeah, things like those primarily would help you to minimize your chances of getting lung cancer, and also now early regular screening and testing.
It sounds expensive. Let me ask you, in line with stigma, do you feel like this, and I'm just phrasing this question, please don't come for me, but do you feel like this is like a classy kind of situation? It's for a certain kind of class. You understand? I'm glad you don't, because nikisema niko na homa, all of us, at one point or another, sijui watu wapatangi homa shidinu ni gani, including my brother. But, these random things. But when you hear someone say they have maybe cancer, it just sounds like, niliambiwa kuna tofauti ya depression, and I don't know how true it is. This is verbatim. Niliambiwa ya watu wengine kawaida kama sisi tuko na njaa. Hiyo si depression, sawa. Watu watajiri, the people who are waiting for things at the port, wangoja gari kama 4 zingia at the same time, that is the one who has depression. No? Mimi niko na njaa. Yeah. So do you feel like it's been stigmatized so much that we feel like this ailment can only be found in a certain type of class? You're not likely to find someone who is obese in a certain part of the neighborhood because maybe kutembea ni mode of transportation. So you find someone obese who is eating what they're not supposed to eat and has no reason to walk around. Sijui kama unani understand. Get the drift. Yeah. Is this the same way? Is this the same way that we view an ailment like cancer?
Okay, to answer to that, I'll feel like, yes, there is a certain type of stigma. Like, you'd be like, okay, this disease is mostly on the West, to like the richer. They're the ones that suffer cancer, and you don't really consider that you might also get cancer. So I feel like with that, there's less hospital checkups. Because, I mean, cancer, why would you, go that extra mile and screen for it? So I think, just to say, I feel like people should have those annual checkups. Yes, it's expensive, it is, but you're doing yourself more justice if you do the screening tests. Because, first of all, lung cancer, it's asymptomatic for a greater part of it. So by the time you notice any symptoms, like Bola was talking about, you might realize that it's already at stage 3, stage 4, which is like now the later stages of cancer. So with that, you'd rather go that extra mile and have these yearly checkups just to see if anything is okay, because these are not some things that you can have the symptoms at the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you wouldn't really know. I understand if it's a mass, it's a gray mass, it's either malignant or benign. So what's that? What's the difference for someone out there who missed that biology class?
Okay.
They're having a small meeting. They're back.
Yes. So for benign, it's mostly localized. That's why it's benign, because you can easily have a cure for it by resecting the mass. So now when you say malignant, it means it has spread. So you're talking about, let's say, from lung cancer, you're now in the brain, in the bone, in the liver. So like, the more it has spread, the less likely that you'll be able to resect each of these masses. So that's why it's malignant. More so about the spread and then the different symptoms that you'd have.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever encountered people who just refuse medical attention? I understand this is 2025, and a lot of things still baffle me, for example, how there's some parts of this country that are still experiencing FGM, female genital mutilation, guys. Nini. Anyway, have you found someone who's very adamant against, like, sawa nasikia vibaya, but niliambiwa nikikunywa hii dawa ya Masai, Lizzie alituambia alikunywa hiyo dawa ya Masai anatembea nayo. How do you walk someone out of that?
Okay, yes, I've encountered people who,
Story.
even for religious reasons, tell you they don't take medicine.
Oh, no.
That's for them. And whilst I understand, as a medic, there's also the place of empathy. It's realizing it might be a lack of information, and people perish because of a lack of knowledge. So it's the place of also educating them, whilst doing it with empathy and realizing that not everyone gets the whole idea of medicine. And so the more you educate people and they realize, oh yeah, this goes beyond, then you're able to penetrate and get through them. But also giving them a bit of time and grace. If you need to bring family on board to have this conversation, then the holistic approach goes a long way. But I believe a lot of times people just need to have these conversations, the difficult conversations, that there's the place of your beliefs, but there's also the place of medicine. And so where do they coincide? And just giving them grace and empathy. Healthcare goes beyond the medicine and the tests that we do. It's also the empathy. It's people-centered. It's very much people-centered. So you move with them at their pace, but also considering that progression still happens, that disease is still progressing. So you can have open conversations, open difficult conversations, but still be empathetic and meet them where they are. It helps than just being brutal or just brushing them off, because at the end of the day, we would like to minimize the numbers. So, yeah.
All right, we're trying to fix the mortality rate. But hey, that's grace, my guy. At you're managing emotions. Not only am I telling you what you're supposed to be doing now, Niskize, because I'm the one who knows. Now I have to tell it to you nicely. Yeah. This is unsung heroes right here. Unsung heroes. Nakuweka kwa maombi. Kuna hallelujah challenge ndio imeanza. Hashtag is why in the morning I digress. Is this particular ailment, we've talked about class, and that kind of figures out geography, but does it have an age? Because I see young children, again, in the States or somewhere abroad, and you have these testimonials. This child was either born with it, and then they went through management and went into remission, which is a word I want us to also talk about today. But does it have a hold on a particular age group? If you're 50 and maybe you smoked 5 years in your life, are you more susceptible than someone who is 10?
Okay, I believe these are some of the myths, that lung cancer can only affect the people that have smoked more. It could be anyone and everyone. There's also the place of genetic predisposition. So it just means that you might not have been smoking, but if you're predisposed to it, then the chances that you could get it. So I believe it cuts across the different ages, and also just beyond age group. It's causes are different. So it's anyone can get cancer, anyone can get lung cancer. We just have to do what we have to do to ensure it's not you. And if it's you, you know early and manage it as early as you can.
All right. Do you feel the same way, or do you feel different?
The same way, just to add. Many believe that it's just by smoking that you get lung cancer, so that's false, because I've heard of someone who never smoked in their life, their 40s, and they got lung cancer. So it's something that I feel like we should be aware of, so that we're not like, okay, I'll not smoke, I won't have lung cancer. So it's something that affects everyone, and it can affect you at any time, not just from 50s and 60s, but also younger people can be affected by lung cancer. Yes.
Haino baguzi. Damn. All right. Brutal. Now, my director, one of my directors, is asking a very important question, and I'm really glad he did. So I'm going to broaden this up a bit. So we've talked about mostly technical things. We've not gotten into what remission is, and we have a surprise later. But I do want to ask this. So kwa watu wanapenda sherehe, but si must tupende sherehe pia for this to apply to you. Sinijamie, if you're not maybe smoking cigarettes, they're probably smoking shisha. Or the most common one I see is vape, yeah? So up to, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, cigarettes into 12, maybe, and then I don't know where, now you get what I'm trying to say. So the greatest to the least evil. The ideal situation is tuachane tu na hizi vitu. But since wameuliza ni gani mbaya, which is the worst, please, how do you rate that?
I would like to generalize and just say that all of them could lead to lung cancer. And so it's not about picking the lesser evil one. It's more or less just realizing that, yeah, you're exposing yourself to a risk of getting lung cancer. So if it's something you could do without, if it's something you could reduce, then the better for you. Yeah.
Okay. Sasa uko sure hiyo flavor ita cancel? I'm sure watu tu tunaweza come up with any kind of excuse. Man, the flavor will cancel. Oh, actually, speaking of flavor, now kuna nasikianga watu wakisema ni sigara mrefu ama sigara kubwa. Unanipata? A long time ago, Wajakoya was known for certain things. Does that also cause lung cancer? As long as you're burning it and you're smoking it, that is exposure enough?
Yes, it is, because even secondhand smoke is exposure.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so even if you don't smoke and you're around people who do, that's still secondhand exposure.
Which
You
I
can
hear
get
is
from
even kind
that.
of worse than...
Yes, because of now when you're smoking it directly, you have that, how do you call it? There's that kind of, I'm forgetting the name, but it kind of cleans some of it. But now when you're having secondhand exposure, you're just getting it all.
Oh.
So that's why it's a bit worse.
We, sasa kama ulikuwa unajiona outstanding member of society and you're hanging around other people, anyway, we can always change. We can always change, guys. Hashtag is why in the morning. So tell me what this word remission means.
So remission is when you've undergone treatment, there are different types of treatment, which I would prefer not to go into the details of that. But when you've undergone treatment and now the cancer has stopped progressing or has been managed. Yeah. So that's where you go into remission. It doesn't mean that sometimes there's cases of a relapse where now it could show up again. But also you could go into complete remission and be totally well. Yeah.
All right. Is that diet you're supposed to be on when you are in management of the ailment?
I like to say with management, once you're going through, if it's chemo or whatever the management is that the doctors have recommended, the oncologists work with nutritionists to recommend based off of your situation. Healthcare is very personalized.
Okay.
So there's things that they will guide you based off of your situation and your realities. So that, yeah.
So you won't ask me to buy broccoli, jamani, hata sukuma inanitesa hapa nje.
Yeah, the aim is to make healthcare easily affordable and accessible to everyone, and not to tell you if you're not able to buy sukuma wiki to go buy broccoli. Like, we meet you where you're at. So I would recommend go to a specialist, and then they would tell you based off of, you have a personal conversation, tell them that's not affordable for me, and they will personalize it towards sustainable measures.
Oh, that's quite nice. That's very, very nice. I've never looked at healthcare like that. Okay, in the spirit of the conversation we had in the morning for our interactive, let me just ask a very random question. Yeah? So we're talking about childbirth, and the question was who should be in the delivery room with the lady. And now because you're healthcare, literally you're in the thick of things. Is it necessary for witnesses kukuja kuona confirm kama nimetoa mtoto? Si mtamuona tu. I mean, if you don't have anything to do in the delivery, why are you there? First of all, oh, it's going to be okay. No, it's not. I'm in pain. It's jaiza, but I'm trying to imagine. Yeah, so do we actually need someone, apart from the doctors and the nurses, do we need anyone there?
That's like a personal thing. So if you do need someone, you can have your husband. That's what I've mostly seen. But not that we have to impose it on you to have other people. So it's a personal decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this goes for natural births as well as CS? CS is in itself different.
CS, okay, it's more, let me say, the person that comes in has to be scrubbed and everything. So it's like a very sterilized environment. So that's why it's a bit different. Yes.
Okay. I've always wanted to scrub the endo, guys. A lot of Grey's Anatomy has entered in here. All right, so now we get to the part where I am excited to talk about, which is the drive. So she's excited too. So tell me a little bit about the drive. Maybe you tell me why this particular drive?
Okay, so why we do blood drive is because, again, like I mentioned, ISEC is about the youth, and we'd like to give them practical experiences. And so this is us inviting the youth to be part of controlling the healthcare outcome and doing it beyond just raising awareness. This is an initiative where you can actually contribute and donate. So we did this to also just help deal with the shortage that comes about in hospitals when it comes to blood donation. And so, yeah, it's part of us contributing to a greater cause and giving back to community.
Can I just ask, you said blood drive, I suddenly remembered Jambi, rest in peace, Queen. When we have blood drives, do you need to be a celebrity for people to show up and give you blood? When do you know that you need donations? Explain to me how this works.
Okay. I think you don't need to be a celebrity to need blood. Anyone could.
Together though, but
and the reality is there's people who are not celebrities who need the blood and they're struggling to get it. So when we have initiatives like this, that we contribute, and then it goes to anyone. We're not waiting for a family that's in crisis to say we need blood. It's, here's the blood. We know there's people that need it. Let's proceed to donate. So I believe it's causes like this, and I know other organizations do certain things similar that allow people who are not able to gather the masses to get blood when they need blood.
Okay, so you saw a problem and fixed it. I've seen the why. Tell me about the logistics. How, where, what time should I? Niliambiwa, I've donated blood, but just not around home. So huwa mnapewa biscuit na juice ndo ku replenish. Do I have to come full ama naweza kaa njaa nikingoja biscuit? Do I need to become some kind of prepared to donate blood?
Oh, okay, I get the question. So first of all, have adequate sleep, hydration, and please eat before you leave the house. Because as much as, yes, you'll have that biscuit later, it's just to add on to what was removed. Yes, so like after donation, you might feel a bit, let me say lightheadedness. So it's just to bring back that glucose, because you've removed like about 450 to 500 ml of blood. So you're trying to replenish that. Not that you should come hungry. So please do eat before donating blood.
Jumesikia kuna snacks. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, I like that. So again, with the drive, give me the logistics. Where are you guys going to be at? What time?
Okay. So for the blood drive, it's happening next month, November, 5th and 6th of November. So it's a 2-day event. Tentative venues are UN main campus for the 5th of November and KNH campus for 6th of November. So it will run from around 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yes.
All right, please come after you've eaten. Thanks. Na watu wasikuja after aluta, si ndio?
Yeah.
Say it with your chest. Say at the end, don't come after aluta. Not that there's something wrong with you, ni vile tu kwanza toa kenye iko kwa system, alafu ukuje, si ndio?
Yes.
Is there a circumstance or an instance where you would refuse me to donate blood? Unless I'm on my menses and I'm talking to girls. Or is there an instance that you would tell me, no, not today, come next week?
Yes. If you're below 50 kgs, it's not recommended for you to donate. Also, if you are under the influence, so sienda sherehe the night before. We could wait after 6. So, yeah. If you're under the influence, it could be a problem. Yeah. If also you got a tattoo recently, if you did it like 3 months before, you're good to go. But if you got it recently, there's limitations towards that.
Really?
Yeah.
Like lead floating around. I have tattoos, so I'm very curious. Is that like lead floating around in the blood?
I would not like to mislead.
We're going to have this conversation off air. I'm curious, and someone who knows how to package, we're going to have a good time. All right, so we have said it is the 5th and 6th
Yes,
of
5th and 6th of
November.
November.
5th is in Apa Ivi UN.
Yes.
So how do we know that you have confirmed? Do you have social media handles, pages for this particular initiative?
Yes, we do. ISAC in UN on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, and ISAC in the University of Nairobi on LinkedIn. So we post every developments about our events on those pages. So you can find us there.
All right. So you said events, plural. So these are mostly blood drives?
We do beyond blood drives. So currently, actually, concurrently on 5th and 6th, we'll be doing something called Youth Month, which is, we do a two-day event to let people come and learn different things. So we have an event dubbed Investor Education, where you learn all things financial literacy, and an event called Brand and Marketing.
Wow.
Event where you learn all things branding and marketing. And so beyond just coming to donate blood, you can come on, but there'll be amazing speakers. The speaker lineup will also be posted on there, and just get to learn a thing or two. Our theme is Eco Revolution, which is promoting sustainable lifestyles, sustainable, basically a sustainable way of life. And so initiatives like also Blood Drive for us contribute to sustainability, which is the thing that we stand for. We empower sustainable development goals. Yes.
I would so go for that. So donate blood, alafu get educated.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
A win is a win.
A huge win, a very huge win. I like it a lot. Would you like to add anything or concerning the drive or anything else you'd like to tell the viewers?
Okay. Concerning the blood drive, I'll just like to talk about now you have to donate blood now for women every 3 months. So if you've donated blood last month, that doesn't qualify you to donate again. So for women every 3 months, and then for men every 4 months. So it's the whole thing about replenishing blood.
All day. That math is not mathing. For women it's 3 months, for gentlemen it's longer. But I thought we're the ones who lose blood every month.
Sorry, it's just the impasse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so, yeah.
Okay. So, it's okay.
Sorry for that.
It's sorry.
Apart from that, we'd really like to invite you all for the blood drive. It's going to be here in UN main campus in KNH, so we'd really like to have you there. Come donate and also come and watch our Youth Month speakers. So you'll have 2 things to win about. So please come and feel free to also engage with us in our social media platforms at ISEC in UN.
You're very articulate, both of you. It's so nice listening to you.
Thank
Would you like to
you.
tell the viewers something before we close it up?
Yes, be part of the change. There's a revolution. Hop on to the train. Give blood, give hope. So come through, come donate blood. And if you can't donate blood, there's different ways you could be part of this. Raise awareness, share the poster, tell someone about it. There's probably someone who can come and donate. And also, if you'd like to partner with us, like she mentioned, we usually supplement and give refreshments after donation. So I would say if you'd like to partner with us, also do not hesitate to do that. Our social media platforms are ISEC and UN. And so we would be more than happy to have as many people come on board. The more the merrier. Give blood, give hope.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I didn't really believe in the whole raising awareness thing because I don't know. I don't know why I did not really believe in it. But seeing a couple of case studies inclusive of Jambi's, when she told us about Endo, you see these things have been in existence. Literally, self-awareness, to create awareness, need to do it. And knowing allows us to sympathize, or empathize, yeah? And I feel like we'd be in a very better position to assist. Najua sisi si wote daktari, but we can do something, guys, yeah. Anyway, thank you so very much for coming, ladies. I cannot wait for the drive to Mesema in November 5th. I'll even check for you the date. The day, sorry. Date ni 5th na 6th. Sawa?
Yeah.
Confirm. I'll tell you the day so that you put it on your calendar. We're just happy new month, bado. 5th is Wednesday and 6th is Thursday. In a sound kama ni form. In a sound kama ni form? I hope so. Please put in your calendar. Things to do this November. Kabla we start saying happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Yeah. All right, my name is Valentine, or at Color Me Val. Thank you so very much for allowing us into your spaces, homes, and all those lovely things. And I hosted the show today with Lizzie, so big shout out to her, and Namfuate. It's still getting me a couple of days to hold her handle, kushika handle yake, but I will. But in the meantime, at Y254 on Facebook, Y254 channel on X. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day, but please keep it channel Y254. I think we have a repeat of the bounce in a bit, and I honestly can assure you don't want to miss that. Okay? Have a good one. See you tomorrow. God willing. Bye-bye.